Hello everyone, this is Rocío speaking. Today I'm making a small video to show you the brioche lace that I use in this pattern, which is the Wrap Knitter's Sisters. So I thought I would record a few videos for both the Spanish and the English version to help you a little bit if you don't know, if you've never done brioche lace before. I think it's nice to be able to see how you do the increases. How you do the increases you already know is by substituting the normal brioche increase by a yarn over. But how you have to resolve those yarn overs in the subsequent rows is something that is not so clear if you have never done it or seen it before. So this is why I decided to record a video, excuse me, in which I will quickly show you the 4 rows that take the first part of the brioche lace, and there's other 4 rows, so 5 through 8 are the same, so to say. So you put the increases and decreases in a different place, but more or less by then, after these 4 rows that I'm going to show you, you should be able to complete the 8 rows repeat for your wrap. So I'm going to get started, otherwise this video will be very long. And I'm not going to need, I'm making the S size of the wrap, so I have 93 stitches in my needle. I'm not going to need the 93 stitches, I'm just going to need the first little panel that will already show you how to do the increase, the double yarn over, as well as the right slanting brioche decrease. And so I will quickly knit this, and then I will knit also half of this panel to show you also the left slanting decrease. Although I think that if you knit brioche, you already know these decreases, they're no different than normal brioche decreases. But I also say that I will help people who never did brioche but wanted to make this wrap. I will help them along the way, so I'm also going to show it slowly for the beginners. Okay, let's start with my I-cord border. What I'm going to do is with my color A, which is this white. Oh, I hate these markers. I don't know if you guys hate them too. Hate is a really strong word, I know, but sometimes I get so frustrated with them because they get caught everywhere. Alright, let's go. I'm going to knit with color A the first 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit. First I'm going to pass the marker, and now I'm going to zoom in. There we go. So you can see what I'm doing. Okay, first of all, in which row am I? How am I going to know whether I'm in row 5 or in row 1? Well, you will know because, wait, the horrible marker wants to escape. Stay there. You will know because you can see in the holes that are created by the double yarn overs, you can see that the one that is on the right corresponds to your row 1. And if the last big yarn over that you did is in the left, to the left, sorry, then you will have just done a row 5. Well, a row 8, of course, but you know, 5 to 8. And since I can see that the latest increase that I did is on the left, then I know that I just finished a row 8 and now I'm going to do a row 1. Yeah, I hope that was clear. If this, if I will be here now, for example, and this didn't exist, then I will know that I just completed a row 4 and therefore I need to do a row 5. Okay, but it's not the case. I'm going to do a row 1 now. So, row 1 tells me to knit the first stitch. Some people will have this thread also wrapped around, so it will be like a brioche knit for you, but the way I do it, I leave it hanging in the back and I don't wrap it around the needle. So what I have is a knit stitch for my first one. So I knit my first stitch, and now I bring the yarn to the front because we are brioche stitching. I'm going to slip the first one with the yarn in front, And now I'm going to grab my yarn twice, 1 and 2. That is my double yarn over, okay? And immediately after I have to do a right slanting brioche decrease, or brioche knit, right slanting decrease. So what I do is my first stitch, this decrease involves 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. So the first thing I do is stitch 1, I will pass it to the right needle as if to knit, okay? Stitch 2, which is this one, I'm going to knit. And now I'm going to pass stitch 1, which is these 2 strands, over stitch 2. And now I will pass stitch 2 to the left needle and pass stitch 3 over that stitch. Yeah? Excuse me. Now you need to pull a little bit from the thread to close it and pass it back to your right hand needle. You can pull a little bit if you want. And I've completed my double yarn over and the decrease that goes right after. So now I bring again my yarn to the front, I slip the stitch, brioche knit. Bring your yarn to the front, slip the stitch, brioche knit. That was my first little panel. I will now pass my marker and I will knit 9 stitches, just normal knitting, knit 4, 5. I'm sorry about the coughing. I get allergies in the morning, like always, and I always have to wait a few hours before my voice is back to normal and I'm not sniffing and sneezing and all that. But I didn't have the time today to wait for all that to go away, so so here I am. Okay, here we are now with the main central panel. So I'm in row 1, so what I have to do first is 3 brioche knit stitches, or 3 columns with their slip stitches. I'm just explaining it horrible. I have memorized it already because you can see how far off I am. With this I'm almost done. So in my head row 1 means I have to do 3 columns and then double yarn over. So I will just show you. It's actually very easy to memorize. What I meant is I have to do 1 brioche knit, slip, 2nd brioche knit, slip, 3rd brioche knit and slip the next stitch before I do the double yarn over. And if I will be in row 5, I will only do 2. But that, you know, I'm not going to tell you how you have to memorize the chart. I think this is just like an organic process that will come to you. This is how I did it. So I did a double yarn over and now I have to do brioche knit, slip the next stitch with the yarn in front, brioche knit, slip the next stitch with the yarn in front, and now I have to do a brioche knit decrease that slants to the left. Okay, so this decrease is a bit different from the previous one, and it only involves 2 steps instead of 3. I will show you. It still involves 3 stitches, which is 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Because, you know, in brioche, every decrease always involves 3 stitches. So you go from 3 stitches to only 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stitch 1, I'm going to slip it as if to knit to the right hand needle. And now, stitch 2 and 3, I'm going to knit together. You see? I hope you can see it from the back. Knit together. And then I have done that. Now I'm going to pass stitch 1 over that stitch, and that is my left slanting. You can see that here in this little knit stitch is a left slanting decrease. Now I will bring my yarn to the front, slip the next stitch, Whoop. And now I will do a right slanting decrease, which is the one that we did before for our small panel. So we already know how to do that, right? We are going to slip the first stitch as if to knit to the right hand needle. We're going to knit the second stitch. Whoop. We're going to pass stitch 1 over, so the one that we slipped over the one that we have knit, and then we're going to pass this stitch up back to the left hand needle, and we're going to slip the third stitch over that. I always leave my finger here because I'm so scared of losing this stitch. I'm laughing because this is something that I have ever since I started learning brioche. I am very careful with my stitches, I don't know why. If you have, like I recommend in the pattern, if you have been placing lifelines, you know, you make a mistake and maybe you have to rip 3 or 4 rows, it's fine. You're gonna see that once you sort of memorize the chart, or for you it's very quick to just quickly look at it, you need this in no time. It really looks complicated, but it's not. So this is my right slanting decrease. And now I will bring the yarn to the front and slip and knit and slip and knit a second one. And now I will do another yarn over, double yarn over, sorry. Yeah. And then I will keep going with slip, brioche knit, slip with the yarn in front, brioche knit, slip with the yarn in front, brioche knit. Well, I'm just continuing with the chart. Basically now I will get into the second panel of this row, but I don't want to make these videos like super long, so I'm going to stop now, and I will see you at the beginning of row 2, because I want to show you what you have to do when you encounter those yarn overs. I guess that's the big difference between normal brioche and brioche lace. So see you then. Bye. Hello, I'm back. We're going to do now row 2. Row 2 is still on the right side. I didn't say that before, but by now I guess you know we are doing the right side, which means like the light side, with color B. So I will get started quickly and maybe zoom in a little bit. I guess this is okay. Okay, so I'm going to start by knitting the first 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, passing the marker. Oop. And now what I do is I have the yarn in back. Let's see. I have the yarn here to the back to my work. I will keep it in the back and I will slip the first stitch. And now I will bring it to the front and I will brioche purl. Okay, now we have here our first double yarn over. So what I do with it is, so here in this double yarn over, we need to create a slip 1 with the yarn in front and a brioche purl. So we're gonna do just that, slip the first loop and wrap our yarn around it, and this is a slip 1 with the yarn in front, and now we're going to purl 1 stitch into the loop that we have left, and now we release. So we did a slip 1 through the Rocío a slip 1 with the yarn in front, brioche purl into our double yarn over, and now we continue with slip 1 with the yarn in front, brioche purl, slip 1 with the yarn in front, brioche purl, slip the last one with the yarn in front. Now we pass the marker, and now I am going to purl. These are not 9 stitches, like I said before, these are 11. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said 9, it's 11 in the sizes. So I'm going to purl them, wait, you see, I'm already doing something wrong. I'm sorry, but this is good for beginners. So don't forget, when I slip the last stitch of this small panel, to grab your yarn around it. So don't forget this step, because otherwise the yarn will have stayed crossed in front of this stitch, and you will not have this little shawl over the stitch there. So I guess I need more coffee. Okay, so don't forget to wrap your yarn around it, and now we're going to purl 11 stitches. Purl 11. 1, 2, 3, 11 or more, depending on the size that you want to make, but for what I wanted this wrap to be, around 42, 43 centimeters was around like the right size. So that's why I made it this width to start with. And then some of my testers were asking me, but can we make it wider? And that's why I thought, well, yes, you can. And I will just add extra numbers in the pattern, just in case someone wants something more wide. Yeah, why not? Okay, so we finished this small panel, and now we are back to slip with the yarn in front, brioche purl, slip with the yarn in front, brioche purl, slip with the yarn in front, brioche purl. I'm trying to get to a double yarn over just to show you again, because everything else is absolutely the same as with brioche knitting. This is lace brioche. The only difference is when you encounter these double yarn overs, what do you have to do? So here I'm gonna do again what I did in the first panel, and after that I'm just gonna move on to row 3, because the rest is exactly the same. So like I said, in this double yarn over, what we want to do is slip one with the yarn in front and a brioche purl, because we need to do 2 stitches. This double yarn over means 2 stitches have been increased. So I put my needle through the loop, sorry, through the loop. I will release it and I will grab my yarn around the needle. This is my slip one with yarn in front. And now I will do a purl stitch into the loop that I have left. You see, like this, and now whoop, purl, and now you release, and that's it. And for the rest you keep slip with the yarn in front, brioche purl, slip with the yarn in front, brioche purl, there, brioche purl. And you will continue doing this all the way until the end of the row, which is where our yarn A is. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to see you in row 3. Okay, bye. Oops. I'm back. I just finished my row 2. As you can see here, I leave in my row 2s, I normally leave my color B hanging in the front, and then I throw it to the back. And when I start my row 3, what I will do is that I will purl, sorry, my English is awesome. Huh? I will purl these 2 stitches together. It doesn't want to, there, these 2 stitches together. So let's just do that. Row 3 means I have both my threads in the back, or in the same, hanging from the same corner, so to say. So I know that I can just start my work instead of sliding. This thing is now really long, so I have to maneuver it a little bit. Here we go. I'm sorry, and the needles are always scratching, right? On the table. So, bring my stitches a little bit to this side. There we go. And now I'm going to do my row 3, which is the dark side of my work, with yarn 8. And this is what I meant, right? I have this thread. Oh, this thing you hear is just the tram passing in Amsterdam. There's a tram passing every 10 minutes. There's no way to hide from the noises. Sorry about that. This thread that I sort of threw over from the back to the front, I will make sure that I catch it in my first purl stitch. I'll just show you, that's easier, right? So, oh, now there's a lot of traffic. I hope it's not too audible in the video. Every single track needs to pass now. Okay. Let's just not pay attention. So I start my I chord by purling 3, because I'm in the wrong side. 1, 2, 3. And now I will excuse me, pass my marker, and this is my first purl stitch. So this stitch I have to purl, right? So I will purl it together with this strand, this thread, to anchor it here, so it won't be freely floating anymore, so to say. And the next stitch I slip with the yarn in front, and I keep burping or brioche purling. Slip one with yarn in front, burp, slip one. Sorry, let's go a bit slow here. So this is the double yarn over, right? So this is what it looks like. This is what I wanted to show you mainly. These are these 2 stitches that are so weird that we made? I don't know, sorry. That we knit inside our double yarn over. So this is what they look like. And now we know that we have to again slip the first one with the yarn in front, right? And now we're going to again purl into this hole, into this loop. Purl one. And let go. Yeah? And now this starts looking more like a brioche stitch, right? For the rest we just go on with our lives. Slip one with the yarn in front, brioche purl, pass the marker. Here we are going to again purl 11 stitches. So I only want to get to the next double yarn over to show it again. Oh, and I am not zooming in the wheel, although I think that you could see it pretty well, but just in case. I'm sorry if I come across as very chatty in these videos. I have a podcast, but so far I'm only doing it in Spanish. I had promised myself I will start it in English as well in January 2020, and then I didn't. And I might still do that. I'm not too sure that my accent is nice to the ear, so we'll see. But for these videos I just had to do it, you know, I just had to go ahead and do it. Okay, we're back to our panel, our central panel, and now we are back to brioche purl, slip one with the yarn in front. In Spanish it's funny because this I call it slip one and wrap it. When I'm sort of brioche purling, the stitch that you slip, because your yarn is already in the front, you need to bring it again to the front, so you wrap it. This is something that I always put the emphasis on for beginners. If you are brioche knitting, your yarn is already in the front, so you only need to slip and knit this next stitch. But if you are brioche purling, you need to, it's in the front, wrap it around the stitch so that you bring it again back to the front. And for the experienced brioche knitters, you're probably thinking, yeah, shut up already. Brioche purl. Here we are again at the double yarn over. So this is clear to see, right? What we have to do, we have to slip this stitch and wrap around it, and now we're going to purl inside that hole, and we are done. We just go on, we carry on. Brioche purl, slip one with the yarn in front, brioche purl. So I am going to continue doing this all the way to the end of the row, and then I will move all the stitches back to the beginning of the needle, and I will finish with row 4. See you then. Well, hello again. This is the last video for our series of 4 short videos for the brioche lace. Although now that I think about it, most likely I edited this to put it all in one video, so you don't have to go clicking in different videos depending on which row you want to see. That would be awful. So most likely I made it into one big video, and I will write I think you can probably see in the description box down below that I wrote down in which minute you see which row, so that's easier, right? Okay, chatting me, I'm gonna get started. Okay, this is row 4. I have slid all my stitches to the beginning of the needle, and I have my color B here ready to start. So I'm going to start by purling 3, purling for my God, okay, what I just did what I just did is I missed a stitch and I don't have a crochet hook, so I'm gonna have to, there we go, sort of, more or less. I don't know if it's twisted, I'm not gonna care, forgive me. I'm gonna purl my first 3 stitches. I don't think it's twisted, but if it is, well, you know, too bad. Next time I do a video, I'm gonna have a crochet hook next to me, because that was a moment of, oh my god. Okay, I have my yarn in front, and with my yarn in front, I'm going to slip the first stitch, and now I'm going to knit the next stitch. There we go. And now I will bring the yarn back to the front, slip, and knit. Bring the yarn back to the front, slip. Here's our double yarn over. What do we do now? Well, this is very clearly a brioche stitch, so I'm just gonna knit it. Brioche knit it, I mean. And now I'm gonna bring my yarn to the front, and I'm going to slip the next one. And brioche knit. Okay. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, yeah. How silly, I thought, oh no, oh no, I made a mistake. No, I didn't. It's just that it's a bit, oh, wow. I thought I had put this yarn over on top of this one without having this one here. But no, it's fine. So, as you can see now, these look totally like brioche stitches. And now next time, in next row, you will not see anything weird. Weird, by weird I mean anything different. You will not notice that they stem from yarn over. These 2 stitches. These 2 stem from this yarn over. I'm sorry, I got really scared right there, because it wouldn't be the first time that I'm doing a tutorial and I actually do it wrong, and not only I have to repeat the tutorial, but I also have to read back everything I did. And with brioche it's not fun, because where is my last, this is bad on me, huh? My last lifeline is right here, and I do not want to rip these rows, because I'm a bit in a jam with time. So what I'll do is, off camera, I will put a lifeline right there before I start my next row. Okay, I'm gonna slip the next stitch, and now I will pass my marker and knit these 11 stitches. And because my yarn is here in the front, no, it's not. Oh, you see, I have to pay attention. Before slipping that last stitch, make sure that you bring your yarn to the front, because we want to give this guy a little shawl, and we do that by knitting these markers. I hate them. Knitting the stitch, but only after we brought this thread to the front. Okay, so now I'm gonna knit 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just noticed that maybe some people don't like it that I'm counting aloud. pass the marker, and now again bring your yarn to the front, slip your stitch, brioche knit. Bring your yarn to the front, slip your stitch. Ha! We're back to the double yarn over, but we know what to do. Brioche knit, bring this thread to the front, slip, brioche knit, and you just continue doing this all the way to the end of the row, and then you're ready to work row 5. And in row 5 you will be again doing your yarn overs and your increases and decreases, but you already know how to do that. If you will get into any sort of trouble, whatever, you can always email me, but I don't think you will. I think by now you know how to do the double yarn over and how to resolve it in the subsequent rows. And for the increases and decreases in brioche, you can always review row 1 where they are explained. And one more thing I wanted to say, in your, I'm going to be careful and not destroy this, but let me show you this real quick. In your row 1, because look how long this guy is already. Let me zoom out. There. You're probably seeing this video when you are here. When you finish your 10 rows or repeats, well, you should have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, I remember right. Oh, it's a long time, huh? When you finish this and you're ready to start with your first row 1 for the brioche lace, what I wanted to say is that then you have to break this brioche ribbon, right? And you didn't see me doing this in row 1 because I did not do the setup row. I already did the setup row like a month ago, which will have been this one. But the only thing that you have to do is basically knit, so between the marker here and the marker here, which is marker 2 and 3, you're just going to knit these 11 stitches instead of slip 1 brioche knit, slip 1 brioche knit. Okay, that's the only difference between the setup row and the row 1 that I just showed you at the beginning of this video. Yeah, so that's the only difference. When you finish your whole wrap and you are at the end, like me almost, because I'm running out of yarn, and I know that for the ribbon I need 6-8 grams. It depends on your tension, so I don't want to say exactly how much you need, but normally you need, or I did weigh my yarn when I finished the ribbon, and I had used 6. So just to be safe, I'm going to leave 10 grams of each color to finish my ribbon. And what I will do then is in this section, when I'm back to row 1 of section 3, which is the brioche ribbon, I will have to do, instead of knit 11, I will have to do knit 1, slip 1, bring the yarn to the front, brioche knit. Knit 1. Because there's no brioche knit here, sorry. But we are going to be creating the brioche stitches as we did when we cast on, okay? If anybody has a problem with that, any doubt whatsoever, please let me know. I think it's super easy and it's well explained in the written instructions, but anyhow, if you're a beginner and you don't know how to now close your wrap, just let me know, okay? So I hope this was of help, and I hope that you enjoyed knitting your wrap. I think I'm gonna be starting a second one very soon because I did enjoy it once I memorized the chart. It was super quick, and I think I want to make one in 3 colors, maybe, or 4. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching this, and good luck, and yeah, contact me with any problems you might have. Bye!